So you're starting a video podcast, you have multiple people in the room with you, you need to decide what audio interface to get. So in this video, we're going to cover our top 3 choices for audio interfaces when you're recording video podcasts. Starting our recommendations from budget level all the way up to professional level, I'm going to recommend the MOTU M2. This is a great little audio interface. It's a 2-channel, but you can also get it in 4-channel versions. It's about $200. You have the XLR inputs right here on the front, and what I really love about the M2 interface, you have a great visual representation of each microphone's audio levels right here on this screen. When you're recording a video podcast, it's critical to be able to glance over at your audio interface and make sure all the levels are good and you're getting signal from all those microphones. So having that big screen with a great visual representation of all the microphone audio levels is a great feature to have when you're recording. One thing to keep in mind is if you have multiple in-person guests, there's only one headphone jack on the MOTU M2 interface. That means you'll need an additional piece of equipment called a headphone amplifier. You don't want to just use a splitter because then the volume is going to be very low. Get an amplifier like this one from Behringer. It's only about $25, and you'll go out of the headphone jack of the MOTU into this headphone amplifier, and then you can plug all the headphones into this. Everyone can adjust their volume levels independently, and they'll have plenty of volume to go. Now, a great upgrade pick is the Vocaster 2. This audio interface has 2 channels, has some great features like auto gain, meaning you can have someone talking to their microphone and it will set the gain automatically. So if you want to make sure you get the right amount of volume, but you're not confident in those gain settings, you can let the Vocaster handle it. We actually have an entire video walking through the software and how to use the Vocaster 2. Check that video out above or in the description. Another nice advantage of the Vocaster 2 is it actually has 2 headphone ports, so both you and another in-person guest can plug your wired headphones directly into this audio interface. You don't need that headphone amplifier, and you have everything right here in one piece of gear. You also have a great gain knob right here in the middle, and I think this interface actually looks good on camera, so if you're going to see this in your video podcast, it's pretty aesthetically pleasing. If you're mainly doing remote video guests and using a platform like Riverside to record, you can also get the Vocaster Solo with only 1 channel and save a little money. Finally, if you want to go all out and just buy the best audio interface for your video podcast, we would recommend the Rodecaster Pro II. This one actually has 4 channels. Not only does it have those 4 microphone inputs, so you can have up to 4 in-person guests, but there's actually 4 headphone ports as well. This way you can have 4 people in the room with you, and you don't need that headphone amplifier. And the great thing about all these audio interfaces is they work seamlessly with Riverside. Here I can jump into one of my Riverside online studios to record with some remote guests, and when I select the microphone and speaker input and output, I can choose any of the several audio interfaces including the Vocaster, Rodecaster Pro II, and the MOTU M2. And you can use all these audio interfaces with hybrid recording setups. So if you have in-person guests for your video podcast and you want to record with remote guests on video, you can do all of it in Riverside. If you'd like to learn how to use the Rodecaster Pro II specifically in that hybrid recording environment, check out the video above or in the description. And we have a video on using programs like Audio Hijack to record everyone locally to separate tracks, and how to get great Riverside recordings for your remote guests, all in high quality video and audio. Then you can download all those tracks to edit later. If you have any questions about building a whole video podcast setup, let us know in the comments. We also have this video above, which walks through the entire video podcast setup. And we have some new 2-minute tutorials that talks about the difference between XLR and USB microphones, condenser versus dynamic, and how to record solo content using Riverside. If you have a topic you'd like us to cover in a 2-minute tutorial, let us know in the comments as well. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next video.